Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Adventures of Emmerson and Tala. We last left off, you guys made your way up north into the forest looking for some beastmen. And a couple of beastmen you did find, along with a small train of captured soldiers. You guys were able to free them. They told you about a nearby camp where there possibly could be some more people to free. Did your best to arm them and took them into battle. They fared pretty well. You guys fought a couple Gores and a Bray Shaman. The Bray Shaman was able to disappear, so you weren't able to kill him or capture him, but you were able to capture one Gore and bring him back. Only one of the soldiers died, and one of them lost his hand, where you guys have decided to recruit him into your band. We'll discuss payment later on for him, and has so affectionately called him Lefty. And that's where we last left off.
Alright, so where do we find ourselves waking up inside the town?
Well, you guys are, I guess, still awake. You guys are in the mines, the Berger mines, meeting with the mayor.
Okay.
Alright, so it's like a makeshift refuge sort of thing?
No, this would be a proper mining encampment. It has been heavily fortified, probably within the last while. Actually, no. For the last few years, they have been heavily fortifying it just in case something this would happen again.
Again? Oh boy.
Well, it's been a few years, well, about a decade since the last Beastman incursion.
So is it like crowded with like townsfolk, or is this like just like the regular folk that are here?
You do see a bunch of miners, laborers, caravan workers, people for the stables, people cooking. It's like a full-on, like, almost like a military base, but for camping.
And mining.
Yeah.
Any shops in town?
No.
So no one's selling wares off around?
No. This okay. This is not a town. It's just this is a mine.
Okay. Fair enough.
Let's hit up the mayor, I think.
Definitely.
Is he easily found? Like, is he expecting us?
Yeah, he would be expected. Well, like I said, if we last left off, you were talking with him, so.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Sorry, it's been a minute. Trying to get all back in.
Yeah, I know we had a bit of a 2-week break for us. Well, for us.
All right. What can you tell us of what's been happening here? Like how have they been holding up at the mine?
Oh, I mean, they're here, aren't they?
Well, we have been working full steam ahead to try and get as much materials as we can back down to the town. It's important we secure as much raw materials as we can, just in case there's any kind of lengthy time we can't leave, and you got to make sure that we are fully armored and as much defenses as we can.
Smart call. Jeez.
So what have you guys been facing lately? I've seen you bringing back a few soldiers back, and I see you have one of the beastmen back in tow.
We've been poking at the beastmen, seeing what the strength is, any weaknesses, what sort of troops they have to bring to bear. Looking for a weakness. They need to be pushed back. They've been getting bold.
Or eradicated.
these disgusting
In
creatures.
time.
Yes, these disgusting creatures. They're quite a blight on the land, and I can't be having that for the town or for the business. Now,
The safety of the entire town and the mine is at stake.
you feel that this will be some kind of large threat, not just some kind of small rabble of beastmen that we could take care of quickly?
There was a reason I was sent out to assist, and I believe that my superiors believe that it is just more than a small occurrence.
Of course, I've always been a strong follower of Sigmar, but I don't know much about those matters, so I'll entrust that they have sent you here for a good reason.
It's something that I have to trust in as well. Since our arrival, we've looked for any way to stem the tide and gain an edge. If you have any information or anything we can use or do to help.
Wow, what are your next plan of action you guys are thinking to take on?
Truth be told, I'm at a loss. We're working briefly with the captain in the city. We had a falling out, and he's since become quite hostile towards us. We no longer deal with him.
Yes, he's always been a bit of an oddball, something I don't trust. Not entirely. He works fairly well, keep things fairly secure, but never had a fully trusted that man.
I'm gonna definitely pick up my head to that one.
I don't know if it either is just his overzealous nature to get ahead or short-sightedness. We've lost a lot of good men under his command, unfortunately, but we have been rather peaceful the last several years he's been with us.
Well, with that went the manpower we had as well, and so Tala and I were left to our own devices, and so that's when we began to poke the holes. If we didn't have the support of the town, we still needed to save it. But if he costs the lives of so many, why not replace him? Have him step down.
It came to me as a bit of an odd request for some of the old townsfolk that said he was quite reliable, and no one's ever spoken out against him, but I do have my doubts. And of course, all the new townspeople, they don't really care too much as long as the roads stay relatively clear and goods are coming in and out. Everyone seems quite happy. They don't mind the lives that cost to secure these roads.
In regards to what you've already said about not trusting him, do you have any other suspicions that you may have? I'll say, slowly removing my hood.
Oh, you damnable knife ears.
Oh, the fancy N-word.
Never truly trust your kind, or a little too pompous for your own good. But outside of my normal, I've already said, nothing I can really found too much. I mean, sure, if there's more evidence against this man, I'd be more than happy to hear it.
Fortunately, just suspicions. Similar in nature to yours.
Well, if you do find any evidence against him, I'd be more than happy to hear anything that you have.
I feel if I go poking around where he lives, I might lose my head. Or worse, an ear.
Well, I've never been one to shy away from a bit of back alley dealings. I'm sure if you were able to find something and not get caught, but that's another matter.
Indeed, it is.
It would be quite the undertaking. We had a very public disagreement in our last encounter.
Aye, but I still brought him the mandibles of that beast, like promised.
And I hope he paid you very well for that. But I'm sure you've been out of town for a while. If you're able to sneak back in, I may know a way or two back in if you are interested.
Well, I wouldn't say we're that hated, just a lot of dirty looks.
Well, if they don't see you in town, how do they know it's you?
I like you.
Yeah, I'm just Emerson's just gonna turn and look. Emerson's just gonna turn and look at Tala and just like wait for her response, just kind of like expectantly. Oh, about the sneaking in, because like so far Emerson's on board with this guy being a bit out there, but so far he hasn't received anything that's going to give him suspicion. So if Tala wants to pursue this, I'm looking for you to make that call. I'll assist you how I can, but
Well, considering you're so keen, or at least seem to be agreeance in the fact, you're either incredibly curious about the captain yourself, or there's more that you give on than you're leading to give on. Telling. Don't be the right phrase for that? You know what I mean.
Well, I guess that's really for me to know and you to possibly to find out.
You would warn us if it was something dangerous, right?
Well, life is dangerous, friend. Can't make an omelet without cracking a few eggs.
Fair enough. I'm gonna turn to Emerson and point to him and be like, I like this guy. But about these sneaky ways, what would they entail?
I want to try and tell if this guy's BS in us. Is there like what's insight?
There's no real skill to detect lies. It's just kind of actually no, because you do have the Sixth Sense talent.
Yep. Oh no, that's in like grave danger. Like, there's got to be like a.
I mean, if he's leading us into danger.
I was gonna quick read for that. Oh yeah, sorry, I couldn't find my normal dice. Let's see what this dice. No, you get no bad feelings about it.
All right.
Yeah, going on. What would be these quiet ways of getting back into town? Good
Well,
sir.
Well, that's something I think we can discuss later on this evening. If were much more private accommodations.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Now, do you have any other things you want to ask about?
Have you seen or encountered anything strange lately? Beyond just the normal beast?
Like what?
Any strange creatures that could be associated with them, or phenomena?
Lights in the sky, sort of thing.
Yes, I've saw that too recently, and it was some grave concern. I do have a friend of mine who is looking into those matters, more of an academic pursuit. If you wish, you could meet her as well. She may have some information about that of her studies. She hasn't reported to me yet, but wouldn't harm to send you guys in my stead and ask around.
She's doing so safely, I hope.
Oh, I would not worry about her. She is quite capable of handling herself.
Where might we find her?
Oh, it's about a day or so travel to the southwest. We might have a small barge to lend you. It may take you down a little faster. It's, you can see it comes over to the map and points to where it is. That's her tower. If you wish to meet her there.
I should like to at some point. When is she due to report?
Oh, not for a few days now, but I'm sure if you go down there, you could probably get the information quicker if you'd would like to go see her. I can have a letter drafted up, and she will accept you into her towers, which is something she doesn't do very often, but she is in my employment.
We'll have to see. I don't know how soon Tala wants to look into the guard captain.
Okay, well, how about you guys join me for dinner later on this evening? Say just after dark. He kind of points up to the hill. That's kind of it's kind of like a fairly large log cabin down near the mines where a lot of things are being pulled out, like carts of material being pulled out. I do have matters to attend to, but if you join me at that time, I'm sure we can discuss what you guys would like to do next. But I do have a piece of business to do with you guys as well. If you don't mind. That creature you brought back, what are your plans with it?
The captive?
Yes.
To derive any information we can, and learn whatever we can about what we're up against.
Well, if you guys are able, I have a small room you can use, get some information of it, and once you're done, may I purchase it? I would very much like to put on a display for the men, if to raise their spirits. Of course, you will be handsomely compensated.
I'm not sure how I feel about that. Though evil, it's a living creature.
Yes, but it's a vile creature of chaos and should be purged from this land. And I would be honored and pay for the privilege of taking care of that task. Say to the sum of 12 gold crowns in your pocket.
But do you wish to purge or display as though a plaything?
I'd like to present a nice purge. I think it would do the men good. You are more than welcome to watch. In fact, I insist. It should be some light dinner entertainment afterwards.
We allow us to see what information we can gather, and then we'll discuss what to do with it.
Yes, I'll just have your mind made up by dinner, and then we'll conduct business then. But until then, I do have much of my own stuff to do, so I guess I'll see you guys then.
Yes, of course.
All right. Until then, as he gives you both a bit of a light bow and just quickly snap off and back up to his hut, and with a couple of scribes following behind.
All right. So where is the captain? He's like here in camp somewhere. You're like locked up or whatever.
Yeah, no, he would be, I don't know, 20 feet from you. He's tied up.
Okay. Is there anyone else around?
Yeah, there are guards around that we can help have this thing escorted to the room.
Lefty's with you, and like it's badly beaten, and it's there are guards all around.
So there's not much of a chance of this thing biting us or fighting us while we're dragging it around.
If it did, it wouldn't get far.
In which case, yeah, I'd say let's at least bring it to the place that he gave us to interrogate it in, and then I'll just wait outside momentarily for Emmerson once we have that set up.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. It's basically like a far off little warehouse. There are some supplies, and there's a set of guards standing outside with weapons. Watch as you guys are. Well, I guess Emmerson is brought in with the captive tied up.
All right. And Tala is waiting outside?
Yep.
Okay, so what's this thing's
I
like
got the plan.
mood as it's sitting there in the chair?
It looks very. The creature looks very defeated. Barely. It doesn't even have its head up. It's just completely like sunken in.
Do you understand me?
Yes.
You're injured. I can help a moment. Stay still. I'd like to do a heal check on him.
Okay.
I'm still gonna make it look like I did something.
Yeah. Yeah. You kind of bandaged it, so I mean, you're not doing too much to the actual helping heal it, but it's you put some effort into it.
Okay. I'm gonna make sure I have his attention. I want his eyes right. My eyes. You have one way out of this, and it's death. Beast. If you help me and answer my question, it will be quick. If you do not, it will be slow. It will be painful, and it will be in front of a bunch of men for their enjoyment. Do you understand me?
It will nod.
Where is your encampment, Beast?
All right, roll an intimidate because since you don't have the actual torture skill, and it is one for whatever reason.
Wait, what? Hang on.
Yeah, it's down at the
Where?
bottom.
Yeah. There in the advanced skills, there is an actual torture skill, and there's a whole.
Oh, that water went down my throat wrong.
Oh, of course.
Oh. Nice.
Ooh, that's not a good roll.
How is that not? He succeeded.
Oh no, not him.
Oh.
No, I'm just rolling some dice in my hand, and yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, you're just full on like arm on the shoulder, holding him back, tipping the chair back, like slam down to the ground and beat him. Just menace in your face. He's like, just to the northeast, in the shade of the mountain. That's where they are.
How many? Quickly now.
There are hundreds of us. You will not be able to stop us all. You will just wither and decay underneath the the beat of our hoof.
Come what may, Beast. You won't be here to see it. And I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go grab Tala and ask if she wants to ask this thing anything. I know about where they are. I know there's hundreds of them. If you have any questions to ask this thing, now's the time.
I'm gonna look at Emmerson and I'm gonna suggest that we let it fester and come back, and then question it some more. See if it will relieve any more information while it sits there on its wounds by itself.
Okay, I just have one more question for it. And I'm gonna close the door again.
Feel free. I shall wait out here.
One more thing, Beast.
What?
This is kinder, far kinder than you deserve. I'm gonna take my dagger and shove it up under his mouth, up into his brain.
Okay.
Oh. Alright. Suppose I don't see this then. I'm still outside.
Nope.
Yeah, so you just full force taking the dagger up into its skull as its black ichor of blood begins to ooze down your hand and just onto your sleeves. And as it's like sputtering blood out of its mouth for a few seconds as it just goes completely limp.
Alright, I'm gonna wipe the dagger off on whatever clothes it's wearing. Try to find the cleanest spot. And go give Tala the bad news. It didn't make it. And open the door to Tala. And unfortunately, we won't be asking the captive any more questions. If you excuse me, I need to wash my hands.
I'm going to give Emmerson a weird look, but not look inside the cabin, just for my own sake.
Go find somewhere to wash my hands.
Alright, so you guys have a few more hours before you're expected for dinner. Is there anything else you guys want to do?
What?
Huh. Not sure. What is there to do? Like outside of like the town stuff, is there anything else that's doable per se? Like even with like character sheet stuff or anything along those lines?
I'm not really sure what you mean.
Like we have a couple hours to kill, so it's just kind of like I suppose going out hunting for an hour or two wouldn't necessarily work, would it?
Sure, you're just looking to get some meat or...
Just seeing what we can find. Or at least seeing what I can find.
Okay. Emerson, are you going to go with Tala, or are you going to do something else?
I'd like to talk to some of the workers and people manning the camp here and just get a sense of what they've seen and experienced in terms of some of the weird shit with the Beastmen. And see if not only if A, it lines up with what the mayor's telling me, and B, if there's anything the mayor's not telling me that they might.
As well, I want to be within screaming distance of the town. Just in case.
Alright, so we'll do Tala first. Do you want to give me a perception test?
Where are you? Oh, there it is. Roll. Oh wait, we're in rural. Okay, it's still fine. There we go.
Well, yeah. Cause it's,
Oh wait, no, that's involving sight.
Yeah, so you would get your plus 10.
Okay, yeah.
So, yeah.
Concealment and silent and rural. Yeah.
Yeah, so that would be a 53, so that'd be 3 degrees of success. Yeah, you kind of skirt along the perimeter, not going too far out. You do see that there have been some skirmishes along the edge. Mainly like beastmen. Like it looks like they're trying to either test the defenses, or just are too stupid because they're basically going open into a large killing field. Like the trees, there's the area around this part of the mine is just completely. If you're looking to get like past in a hurry, it's not going to go well. Kind of like a no man's land, basically.
All right. So there's a no man's land along the perimeter of where they're guarding it, or at least have traps and all that jazz, whatever may be out there.
Yeah.
Okay. But I don't end up finding any like small animals or nothing like that.
No, it is eerily quiet in the woods.
Okay.
All right, and Emerson, you want to give me a gossip check?
Oh yeah. Nice.
Well, you guys are off to some good rolls today, which is a nice...
Oh, don't jinx us!
It's just a nice change for once.
Right? We had like an hour of good rolls the other week.
Oh yeah, I guess you did. Alright, so what do you want to know from some of the workers?
I want to hear some of their experiences with the Beastmen. See if like in what ways it's ramped up lately. If they've seen any like unusual shit, like what I asked the mayor, like any like unusual phenomena or beasts associated, like creatures or abominations associated with the Beastmen. As well as just kind of get a bit of a sense of like the vibe, a bit of face time with the populace as well.
When you talk to the workers, a lot of them haven't seen any first. I mean, other than some attacks on the walls, they really haven't seen too much. But they do hear a lot of rumors. You hear rumors from this is just a small beast incursion, all the way up until like some of these people are suspecting it's the end times. That's kind of nothing new. As you hear, those are quite often. So talking around to some of the more of the caravan guards and people who actually leave the encampment. Some of them are quite boastful and jovial about the actual, killing being able to kill some of the beastmen, and they have seen some fighting. Most of them have been pretty light. There are a few that have experienced so much harsher attacks. But you do hear it always seems to be coming from this same stretch of road that seems to be the worst.
All right. Is it near where we had those run-ins with them? That like curve where it goes from like the north-south to the east-west?
Where you guys got off the road last time, it's just a little further up. So I'll just get rid of all these X's. And it'd be...
Yeah, I just made a green circle so we know where we were.
So you guys kind of went off like that.
Oh, okay. And they're like just south of that like bit of stone and mountain. Okay. That's good to know. And like no unusual creatures though. Just like the rumors they've heard.
Yeah, you heard a lot of talk about demons and horrible abominations, but how true that is, you're really not too sure.
Alright, yeah. Once I've been talking to everyone, so find a nice spot out of the way of people working, and with the paints that I have left over, make sure my symbols are all like in good shape, and get my sleeve as clean as I can. I'm trying to not get too much of the blood on my actual robe itself. I'm trying to keep that clean. It's getting like a little greener on the bottom. Probably get a little dirty by now. And if I hear Tala yelling for help, I'm going to wait till she gets back from hunting and see what she did.
Yeah, whenever I get back, I'm gonna let them know about the wall of death that I basically found.
Yeah, I was assuming you guys have gotten back together.
You found what, Tala?
No man's land. Equivalent of a wall of death. Whatever defenses they have here, they are strong. Nothing's gotten through.
You mean our defenses?
Yeah, the defense is here.
Tala, it scared me. I thought you encountered a little wall of death in the forest.
Ah, you know what I meant. There's a no man's land out there for the beastmen. Not concerning people. Well, maybe not concerning me, but definitely not concerning you.
I think you and I are okay, Tala.
Probably. Flicks my hood back up.
So looking at the sun, So close to time we get to go see the mayor.
Yeah, it's starting to set. So if anything, actually, you are stopped by, well, I guess Gerwig or Lefty, as you guys affectionately have called him. Yeah, he's. I know you guys asked him to fight. He agrees that he will, even despite his injuries. But what kind of payment can he expect from you guys?
Ask him what a regular year's wage is.
You're
Yeah,
looking.
what does someone like this expect to be paid?
Yeah, it'd be about 100 gold crowns.
For a year's worth?
Yes. And a share of the spoils.
I'm gonna say, what if we just cut him in for 20% of the spoils? From everything that we do. Commission-based work. Thoughts, Emerson?
What's his name? Erlwig? Because Lefty was your name for.
Yes.
No, Lefty was your name.
Was it mine?
Yeah, you came up with Lefty.
Oh, it might have been sarcastically. I don't actually want to call this guy Lefty.
Oh yeah, I'd like to know his name too. Speaking of which, what is his name? I don't think we ever got that.
Gerwig.
Gerwig.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call him Ger.
Okay, we're poor travelers ourselves. We can offer you a share, and we can offer you a role in bringing safety and stability to the people of this land. And unfortunately, right now, I've no more than that.
Surely you could spare a few coins so I can hopefully try and purchase some gear.
Does he not have gear?
Sword and shield.
How much we talking?
I mean, he doesn't even have clothes, so
Wait, is he just standing here naked?
it's tattered clothing.
Oh.
He's got a shield on.
Let's go ask for a few gold crowns.
I'll hook up 3. How about you?
So as you said, I'm only at 19,
I'm at 10.
right? And I've been trying to save, and it's been going down anyways.
I'll hook up 3, Tim. See if that's enough.
Yeah, he'll accept the 3 gold, and he'll go from there. All right. So with that, he'll take your leave.
Alright.
What else does he need? I think I have extra stuff.
Actually, yeah, maybe. Well, he has a sword and shield. I have a shield, spear. Oh yeah, I got nothing.
I've got clothes for him. Probably not much better than what he's wearing, but I got him.
Well, I think those are your clothes.
Yeah, but I got my robe. I got my leather armor.
Not wrong.
Thought I have more stuff than this. It's fine.
Okay. Alright, so we'll you can always give him stuff later on. But, yep, he'll go off and do his own thing while you guys are at the house. Well, I guess it'd be more of like an office.
Right. On the way there, I want to swing by where that captive was and see if anyone's noticed yet.
Yep, his body is gone.
All right. Let's go to the mayor's. It's gonna be interesting.
Yep, you guys are brought up to the big house in front of the mine. Even as it starts getting dark out, you see a bunch of lights coming in and out of the entrance of the cave, as even though the day has ended, the work has not stopped. And you're brought inside. It's the whole ground floor is just a lot of clerks and scribes and a few armed men just kind of waiting around and working as the candles light up the dark walls. And you guys are brought upstairs into a... Even though this is kind of out in the middle of nowhere, it's still a rather nice reception area. A couple of pieces of nice furniture. There's a small bookshelf full of books. Chandelier made of iron hanging with candles lighting it up. Few rugs, fur rugs, are lining the area. It's not very swanky, but it's kind of like an upscaled hunting lodge style. And on one of the tables there is a small platter of fruits and cheeses that are laid out for you.
I take a look at the bookshelf. Any books in there that are Elven related?
Do you have read and write?
Probably not.
Come on, really?
Oh yeah, most characters don't get. Well, yeah, most characters can't read or write. It's a thing. Yeah.
Ta-da!
Yeah. So you don't have. Yeah, you. There's a bunch of books. You don't know what.
Any of the words mean?
It's just symbols to you. You have no. Can't make it heads or tails. Some of the pictures are quite nice, but you can't make heads or tails or any of it.
Alrighty.
Is this something I can look at? I just like I'm mostly interested in like the snackies. But I want to glance over and see what he's looking at, and see if I can notice or like recognize anything he's looking at.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
I want to look over and see if I can notice or recognize anything that he's looking at, because I do have read and write.
Yeah. It's all. You understand everything. You're just kind of looking over. Some of the books are both the local area, plants, fauna. A few like naturalist books. Some to be about the history of the area. Some of the books are just some fictional books, just some stories.
All right.
You would find a prayer book of Sigmar in the actual pile.
Oh, cool. Definitely gonna make note of that. But Tala, come away from the books before you wreck one of them.
Just because I can't read your fancy symbols doesn't mean I'll destroy them.
We've talked about doing books with pictures for you. Maybe we should do that one day. I've been getting better with the paints, and I'm gonna gesture to my symbols. But yeah, I'm gonna snack just a little bit, and just kind of like take in the room and kind of like look at the details and all the little touches that he would have put to it, and just kind of like just patiently wait.
You do look around. There's quite some nice finery here. But as you're kind of busy miring everything, you do see that Albrecht walks in, wearing some fairly stylish clothing. He's washed and cleaned, and you do smell that he has put on some, I guess some cologne just to kind of mask some of the smell from the local area.
Yeah, I guess it isn't mine.
Now, I see you've made yourselves quite at home. I'm glad to see that. I hope the day has been quite fruitful for you.
It's been somewhat fruitful, very relaxing. I had time to speak to some of the workers here. A good crew, one and all.
Aye, and I saw your men's no man's land with the beastmen. Strong defenses here.
Yes, it's quite the task to keep them at bay. You gotta stay ever vigilant, or they'll run in here and burn everything down to the ground around our noses. But as he kind of walks over, he's carrying a bottle of brownish liquid and begins pouring you guys a cup.
Do I know what it is?
When he opens it and starts pouring it, you can see it's some kind of clear brownish liquid. That definitely smells quite alcoholic.
I'm put my hand over my cup and just ask for water instead.
Ah, I guess being a clergyman and all, you must not wet your beak. As he hands a cup over to Tala.
I'll accept
Not
it.
not quite, Mayor. I've had the pint oddly here and there, but it needs to be when the day calls for it.
Now, let's have a bit of discussion before talk about business a bit before dinner. Have you guys come to a decision of what you plan to do?
About like if we want to go to check out the card captain or to go to his contact or like
Yeah.
okay. We haven't quite had much time to discuss it. Well, I was touring your camp. Tala was off doing a bit of hunting.
I'm gonna turn to look at the gentleman and ask while we're on the subject, what about I'm gonna ask, what can you tell us about your client, and what can you tell us about the captain, or
So,
the whole plan to sneak into the town? Yeah.
sorry, what client?
Well, the girl in the tower,
Oh,
or her worker? What would he be, or she be?
uh, she works for him. Well, Elma Wineworm is her name. She works for the college, conducting research and working on various things. It's from the College of the Amethyst Order. They're not particularly well liked and keep to themselves, but she has real talent, and I think she has great potential. So I employed her in my services. Undead's always a worry every once in a while, as being this close to Sylvania. So it's always good to have one of them around, and worst case scenario, I can have her stop by a few of the people who are not cooperating and make them change their minds, to sort of say.
What type of magic does the Amethyst College and her practice?
She primarily deals with life force and death.
Huh.
Some things she'll show you all too quickly if you get on her bad side.
Fair enough. She have a negative opinion to elves as much as the captain does?
I don't know. That has not come up.
I guess we will see.
There isn't a way to find out.
Indeed.
But we've no intention on getting on her bad side. She sounds so far like a good lead to figure out what's going on and getting to the bottom of taking care of it.
Though I am curious, Mr. Mayor. What do you personally know about Beastman rituals? Or chaos rituals, by chance?
Don't know too much about it. Never dabbled in that kind of stuff. That is a far too quick way of getting yourself put onto a pyre by the witch hunters. All
I
know.
don't mean dabbling in it. I mean, like, hearsay. Knowledge.
As I said, any kind of knowledge like that was a one-way ticket to get yourself on a pyre. But I have had some dealings with the Beastmen. Originally helped clear this area about a decade ago, and they did such a fine job that, since they had no leader afterwards, that I was the one to become the new mayor for this town.
Title, I suppose you earned very well.
Yes, and taken great advantage of.
And considering your hospitality towards outsiders, I definitely say it's deserved.
How long have you been mayor?
Oh, it's just been over 10 years. Well, shortly after the last Beastman attack and the last mayor got outed.
Bad job?
No, the Stereo was fighting quite heavily with the Beastmen, and there was some sort of charge of heresy against them. Witch hunters came and took care of a lot of the family. Most of them ended up killed. lined up against the wall or burned alive, which is far too good for some of them.
Fair enough.
But I keep this mine that's named after their family as a reminder. Stay on the true path.
I'll just sit back and nod for a bit.
Yeah, Emerson's just kind of taking all that in. Well, you said earlier today you had something you needed of us. You wish to discuss.
Yes, I was hoping to have purchased that beastman, but from what I've heard, you've already dispatched him.
I killed the beastman, Mr. Mayor.
I'm gonna turn to Emmerson and go, "You did what?"
I won't have any sentient creature be put on display like a puppet, even one so vile as that beast.
But you have seen them, haven't you?
Yes, and I've seen us, and I know that we are better than to debase ourselves in that fashion. We're not them, Mr. Mayor, and we should strive to remember that.
These are not some sentient creature that deserves any kind of respect or remorse. These are filthy, disgusting vermin. Rattling mobs of mindless, chattering teeth. There's no room for compassion for them because they will show you none.
And we'll slaughter them to the last. But what I won't do, and what I refuse to have happen, is to allow us to debase ourselves in that endeavor. Putting on that show. It's not who we are, Mr. Mayor. It's not who we should strive to be.
Aye, the lad makes a fair point. I suppose for a clergyman.
Yes, but doesn't mean a dead body does not have its uses.
I narrow my eyes.
I made a nod in agreement.
With that, he moves one of the curtains to kind of reveal a small patio as he begins to gesture you guys forward.
Follow graciously.
What's on the patio?
There's nothing on the patio. It's more of what the patio is overlooking. As you see, a lot of the miners and guardsmen, some of the workers are all kind of gathered around. As you see the beastman that you had killed, it's definitely cleaned up. All the blood removed, and it's tied up to a pyre. And as you guys are fully entered out, he just kind of raises his glass, and the pyre is set alight. I think a live specimen would have been a bit better, but this will have to do.
I believe I should like that drink now, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah, with that he'll pour you a rather generous glass.
I'm going to slowly sip it, and I'm going to watch the flames and just kind of think about everything I've seen since that night at the farm. Waking up to those gunshots to now.
Well, Emerson's quiet. I'm going to turn to the captain and ask him, so, about your quiet plans that we mentioned earlier? I'm curious.
Well, if you guys are looking to quietly enter the town, I may know a way. Something I don't use very often, but every now and then. It's a fairly quiet way in, fairly close to where the captain will be. If you were at the dead of night and maybe snoop around his quarters, that may be an idea.
Some point, but I'm curious about this way in. Is it located around the city, or is the entrance from here?
The entrance from here would be way too far, but it's close enough to the town. It's close to the town that it shouldn't take you too long to get through, but far enough no one should be able to spot you.
Does anybody else know about this? Like, say, the captain?
No.
Alright. Good to know. Ask the guard captain if he could excuse us a moment to
The mayor?
yeah, oh yeah, the guard, yeah, the mayor, not the guard. I was reading my notes. Yeah, I'm gonna ask the mayor if we could have a moment to discuss our plans on where we're planning on going.
Do be quick. Dinner will be served shortly.
Indeed. I'll look at Emerson and so what are your thoughts?
What? Why? Sorry, Tala. My thoughts. And you can see him. They almost like snapped out of a daze. Like he was just like intently like into the fire. And you look like you like interrupted a train of thought or something. You kind of like snap back to realize that there's people around, sort of thing. Yeah.
Well, then I suppose I'm gonna vaguely fill you in and just ask you the question. So, do you feel like snooping around, or would you like to go meet this magic woman?
Well, you know my feelings about the guard, Captain Tala, but if you feel strong enough about this, then I will accompany you to the town, and we'll see what we can find. It's the least I can do after all you've done for me.
I think I'm gonna take a note from your book on this one. Mage definitely seems more appealing, and being an elf and being a creature of, well, kinda a creature of magic, I feel she won't hate me as much as if I were to get caught somewhere down there. Considering we're invited.
It would be nice to get some insight as to what we're up against. The beastman told me there was hundreds in the northeast woods.
We need to bring thousands.
Or a few good ideas. The more we learn about them, the better chance we'll have. And if we can avoid an all out fight, I think we should. I think we should try and save the lives.
Well, the mayor did mention that his mage, Wineworm, was part of a is it a college or a school?
Yeah, there's 8 colleges.
Okay, so they're the college, Amethyst College?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah. So he did mention that they are part of the Amethyst College and that they're not too... they don't play, I guess you could say, don't play too nice with the rest of them? From what he elaborated on? Which means they're not opposed to using stronger magics. So we may have our other way through there.
Would I know anything about that college?
You would be quite familiar with them.
I don't suppose I would know anything.
Not really.
No.
Yeah, it's the Amethyst College. They deal with Shaiish, the Wind of Death. It is. People don't like being around them. They are, of course, obviously associated with death. They're not the greatest people skills, and they can be absolutely some of the most terrifying mages you can ever see in your life. They just control. They have the power over life and death.
They're loners.
Yes.
Suppose I'm the only one who's played that game that would get that reference, but yeah.
It's interesting.
Indeed.
But if that's what we have decided, we should tell the mayor and get his letter.
Indeed. But seeing him, I feel he's already done that. But we should still tell him anyways.
It's true, and quickly. I feel rather hungry.
Indeed. In which case, I suppose we'll start making our way over there.
Yeah. You guys come back as the servers bring down a platter of food. Looks to be like a big chunk of roasted pork shoulder, potatoes, carrots, turnips, all heavily seasoned and smelling quite nice. Good hearty meal.
Oh, at some point I want to ask him about that book.
Which book?
The holy book with the symbol of Sigmar on it.
Yes, that is bit of an old book. It's, I mean, not necessarily been in my family, but it's been in the town history. I think since the founding, it's quite an old, rare, valuable book.
But valuable. I've been looking to acquire a tome such as this. Perhaps as the situation comes up, we can work a trade, or something.
Well, I'm sure we could strike up a deal if you're so interested.
I understand it has a great worth to you and your town. I wouldn't ask if it didn't mean a great deal to me.
I'm sure we could work something out after we conduct our primary business. So, now that you two have had a chance to discuss, what are your plans?
We'll be going just to see Wineworm. We'll be getting her information and furthering our knowledge and our assault against the Beastmen.
Excellent. And you will help with her endeavors. So I put you two in. Oh, yeah. If you guys will go down and talk to her. I'll just say that you guys are working for me, and I guess I'll put her in charge of you for a bit if that is agreeable to you guys.
Anything that helps you complete my mission of removing the Beastman menace, I will do.
Okay. So, I guess we can formally accept you two in under my employment at that point. I'll have a letter drafted up stating such, and that that you two are to report to her.
Of course, and if there's any other correspondence you wish us to bring, we're of course happy to do so.
Excellent. That's very good to hear. Is there any other things that you guys would require for taking to do this job?
We have a compatriot. He is a little shy on equipment. If we could help get him prepared for the road, we would be very appreciative. And I'm going to tell him about Gerwig and give him like a brief history of how it came to be traveling with us.
Interesting. I can have a quartermaster take a look at any spare equipment you could offer.
Thank you. He has his own sword and his own shield, but he just lacks a few mundane items and perhaps a change of clothes.
And you, miss, anything that you require?
Probably a refill of arrows if you can spare.
That's it?
I suppose if you have some spare mail kicking around, I could maybe pertain to that, if you need somebody to fill it. Like chainmail.
Just hand you letters. Thanks, buddy.
Yes, well, I'll see what the quartermaster can spare for you as well. And Emmerson, as pertaining to that book you required.
Yes, sir.
I feel I could spare that book to a pious man like yourself. I'm sure I could trust it to you for at least for the time being. But I would ask that sometime maybe in the future I may be able to request a personal favor from you.
So long as it doesn't violate the tenets of Sigmar, sir, yeah, I'm happy to help.
Of course. I would never put you in that kind of situation. You're too much of a good-hearted man to do anything like that.
Thank you, sir. It's kind of you to say. Truly, there are times where you feel like no one appreciates it, and it helps when someone does, I guess.
So with that, he kind of walks over and pulls out the book and dusts off some of the dust that on the front and says, I trust you'll find good use out of this.
I'm going to take it carefully and keep it safely tucked under my arm until I get a chance to put it in my bag.
Now, is there any other business that we need to conduct, or shall we enjoy ourselves for the rest of the evening?
I think we should enjoy ourselves. Tala and I know I've heard it, and I assume you have as well, sir.
All right. So you guys spend the rest of the evening having a few drinks, having more than your fair share of food, to your point where your bellies are almost bursting. As the night concludes, Albrecht will motion to one of the guards to kind of bring you guys down to where your quarters will be. As you leave the building, you still kind of look over to the hill as you see that the pyre is still raging strong, as it does burn throughout the entire night. With that, you guys get a very restful sleep and wake up quite refreshed in the morning.
Sweet. Can I roll a d10 to recover wounds?
Yes, you may.
I'm at 13 out of 15 now. So here's something.
Nice.
I mean, 8 if it goes into the ether, but I'll take it.
All right, Tala, do you have any wounds to heal?
Negative. I don't think so.
Pretty sure on your token you did have some wounds left.
Did I?
Yeah, I think you're at 7 out of 15.
7 is definitely lower than 15.
Oh, what the hell? That's weird. Yes.
All right. So as you guys kind of get up, make your way down to kind of where the feeding line is, courier does come over and bring you guys a letter. Well, actually, it would be a pair of letters, one for the quartermaster and one for Elma.
Okay.
After you guys having your questionable meal, as it's not as nearly as nice as the previous night, you guys would head over to the quartermaster, receive your chainmail shirt for Tala, and they provide a suit of leather armor for Gearwig.
Nice. Also, on the way over, can I do a heal check on Tala? Like, I noticed she's still, like, injured. Like, can I, like, try and help her out a little bit?
Yep, you can roll your heal check.
Hey.
Yep, so it'll be another 1d10 for Tala.
Alright.
Just kind of, like, change bandages, adjust a sling.
Of course.
You know, it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. You didn't roll a 2. That's...
So it puts you at 13 out of, like, I don't even know what your max is.
like, I think 15? It's pretty close.
Max was 17.
Get out, really?
For stats.
I highly doubt that.
No, 12.
Oh.
So you're full.
No, you're 14.
14. I was at 12.
You're at 13 if you were at 7 and gained 6.
Yeah, I can double check on the token later because it really doesn't matter right now.
Okay. There's like no sort of like holy area or temple or anything, or even like a shrine here, right?
No, not in this area. This is 100% business mining.
All right. I guess I'm just at some point before we leave going to silently say a bit of a prayer. And so do we have to like follow the road back to town and then go across the bridge, or can we like?
No, he said he'd offer us a boat, remember?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we got a boat.
So you can kind of go like that.
Nice.
Oh, shoot, that's reference to...
So with letters safely tucked, with like the book. I'm gonna double check with Tala and with Gerwig, make sure they're good to go, and if they are, let's head down to the boat.
Indeed I am. How much armor does the chain shirt provide again?
It would provide you two shoot, what was it? Chainmail shirt offers you 2 points to your. No, sorry, this was sleeved. So it'd be 2 to your body and arms, but it does give you a negative 10 penalty to your agility.
Negative 10 to my agility?
Yes.
Only agility?
Yes. If you go back to your armor tab. So we'll set this button down here at the where it says armor penalties. So it'll automatically oppose a negative 10 penalty to all your agility tests.
Okay.
And then also don't forget your arms. It's sleeved.
Yep. Unsleeved one have no penalty?
No. Any medium piece you wear, excluding the helmet, imposes that a penalty.
Okay. Cool.
But I think once you go into your second career, you can just get your agility close to back to where it was beforehand.
Or if not, I could take off the shirt when need be.
Yeah.
It's just chainmail, throw it off, and then continue, just move.
Until you get shot. Or stabbed. Next means it's 2 extra free armor damage reduction, which is quite nice.
Yeah. Suppose I uncheck the light armor now, right?
Nope. You wear both. Yeah, so in this system...
Oh yeah, the chain would go over the... Yeah.
Yeah, your armor stacks.
I know how armor works.
Yeah, so you'd have your leather, chain, then plate.
Yep.
Wearing plate...
I've seen them getting dressed in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Yeah, plate would actually give you another additional 2, so up to 5. But unless you have the talent, you get -1 to your move. So, it is not great, but
I mean, I'm an archer. I don't necessarily have to move.
yeah. So you could don a full plate.
Oh, God.
Full plate is rather expensive.
Oh, definitely.
I think it's like 500 gold crowns or something crazy. Yeah.
Also, an archer in full plate is ridiculous.
I mean, it would be hilarious.
Yeah, sorry, it's 400 gold crowns for full plate.
Suppose it's not too bad. But yeah.
All right. So with that, you guys, with Gerwig, make your way down to the eventually down to the little port area. Where do you guys take the barge all the way down to the bridge? There's a docking area there. You're able to get off and make your way down to the tower.
Any guards there at the docking area, though?
There's a guard, yeah.
Nudge Emmerson and be like, make sure you say hi.
Is it safe to be on the boat?
Yeah, you guys are able to traverse down the waterways with no problem.
No exterior problem. By the time you get off, you're gonna see Emerson's looking pretty green around the gills. I never could get the hang of being on the water.
Just be lucky we're not in an open ocean.
Oh, don't even say that, Tala.
Maybe one day. Yeah, I'm gonna smirk and just walk up ahead.
I'm gonna follow her.
So you guys eventually make it the way down to the tower. It is a very quiet, desolate area. Very quiet. The only kind of creature you see is a murder of crows hanging from dead trees.
I love how that's what they're called.
You see numerous graves and a skull lamp lit at the front of the door.
What, the tower?
Yes.
God.
The grass is dead. And a small gust of wind
Wait. He mentioned that she was from Sylvania?
No, she deals with the undead from Sylvania.
Oh, deals with them. Okay.
Yeah,
Wait,
when
what type of deal did he say?
like getting rid of the undead.
Okay.
Yeah, she doesn't know necromancy.
Okay, I thought we were about to walk into something like, oh shoot. the way it started to get explained, I'm like, wait, what?
So there's no one around, like outside.
Nope. It is very quiet and still.
Time of day?
It is getting to late afternoon, but this area seems to be much darker than it actually should be at this time of day.
And nothing noticeable anywhere?
No.
On the outsides?
Just you guys get a very creepy, uneasy feeling from this area.
So, knowing what little bit I do know about this school, I'm going to urge Tala to approach cautiously.
I'm going to, upon which, apply my hands towards your back and lightly push you forward. Follow behind.
All right, then yeah, I'm gonna cautiously approach. I mean, we're not a threat, but until she knows that, I want to make sure we don't look like a threat.
You guys approach closer to the tower, walking along the cobbled steps. As you get to move closer to the door, it's a large it's a large oak door, reinforced by iron. The large knocker and cobwebs hanging down from the door frame. And on the door, you see a very large knocker that comes out of like an iron relief of a skull.
Do you want to do the honors, Tala, or shall I?
I'm going to grab the thing and not give one really loud knock, followed by a light knock.
With a large knock, the door begins to creak open as a gust of wind begins to come swirling out the door.
I'm going to turn
hello?
around and face that wind. Because I recall the mayor mentioning something about... He mentioned something about wind. I didn't write it down, but I remember it.
Do you guys enter?
Did I get a response when I called out?
No, and the call begins to echo throughout the hall.
What can we see from here?
You look in, as this room is just a very large stone room that kind of goes a bit deep and then eventually backs onto a spiraling staircase up to the tower. There's some old furniture kind of pushed away to the sides, covered in cobwebs. You do see that some dead leaves kind of litter the ground, as this place probably hasn't been have any upkeep in quite some time. You do see something covered in white sheets, pushed away back to the corner.
Yeah, I'm gonna cautiously enter. I'm gonna have my quarterstaff out.
I'm gonna follow behind.
As you guys begin entering inside, the door quickly slams behind you, and it begins to lock with a big, loud clunk. As a very wispy voice begins to echoes through the halls. Who dares enter my domain?
It's Emmerson and Tala, agents of the mayor. Mayor Albrecht.
With that, you begin hearing some soft footsteps begin coming down the stairs. As you see a above average height female, quite thin and pale, with very long whitish hair, wearing a long black robe that's black and purple. Part of it is hooded, covering part of her hair, and in her hands she's carrying a staff that has a bunch of crow feathers and a skull hanging off it. And along her waist are several skulls that are hanging off a metal chain, and with very thick links.
Is it Professor?
Sorry?
I said like Weinworm, I presume.
I am Elma Weinworm. And who are you?
Wait, Alma or Elma?
Elma.
Okay.
Emmerson, man. This is Tala.
I'm gonna wave.
We were told you were doing some research for the mayor.
Yes, I'm looking into some of the disturbances upon the winds.
I've been sent to investigate a beastman disturbance in the area. We thought maybe your research might provide some insight and some help in directing us.
Yes, I've been looking quite into the matter. I'm sure recently if you've seen a large green burst of light in the sky a few nights ago.
We did. It was near where we fought a large abomination.
Oh, what did you find there?
The first time or the second time?
Oh, you've been there twice?
I, first to scout out the creature, second to slay it.
Yeah, I'm gonna describe the abomination that we fought there.
She looks... It's kind of hard to tell what she's feeling or thinking, as a very cold expression is upon her face. And as she kind of gets closer towards you, do you have a writ from the mayor? As she kind of gets closer with her like bright blue eyes that kind of stare into you.
Scramble to get my bag off and quickly get the writ out.
Kind of picks it up and gives it a quick glance over. Very interesting. He's bought me a few playthings. Surely if we examine these horrors, you two will not buckle under pressure like the last bunch.
If that was something we did, we wouldn't be here.
So he kind of glances over at both of you, kind of sizing you both of you up. Oh, that remains to be seen.
I pull myself to my full 5'2".
Are you really that short, 5'2"?
Yeah, I'm pretty small.
My goodness, you're tiny.
He's almost a dwarf.
Oh no, sorry, 5'6". My bad.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, what did I put my height as?
Yeah, so she said, very well. Follow me, as she kind of brings you up into her tower.
I'm 2 inches shorter than Emmerson.
So you're she would actually, yeah, she would be taller than you. She's about 5'8".
Oh, jeez.
Wait, you're shorter than me?
Yeah, I'm an elf. Female. They're not tall.
It's different in every setting. I didn't know.
They can get fairly tall.
They can, but usually they're not. At least the wood elves, they're more skinny than anything.
No,
From what
I'll
I'm
look at that
aware of.
later. Yeah, so he brings you up. As you guys climb the tower, looking out the cracked windows that line the curved steps, you peer out and see that this tower seems to be quite situated within a graveyard, as many graves are fallen down and cracked outside. And for quite the distance, it seems to eerily that all the grass has died in a very clear line around the tower. Bringing you up further, you guys enter seems to be like a laboratory slash where she sleeps, as a small bed is it was more like a stone slab with a few blankets kind of cover it, filling with various things that are preserved or embalmed in jars and various curios that kind of hang around on the tables, and lying along the walls are bookshelves covered in dusty tomes and more skull candles.
Starting to notice a motif here. Just gonna kind of take it all in. I've never seen anything like this. Mouth is just a gape.
I'm gonna look and ask if these skulls are real. What a stupid question.
I love it.
Yeah, you feel a stare that kind of penetrates down to your bones as she doesn't say anything and just continue walking over,
I'm just gonna nod.
picking up a large tome and sitting down as she begins to flip through a few pages. I've been doing some research upon that disturbance, and I fear that something may have crossed over from the realms of chaos onto this plane. Possibly some champion of the greater gods has been released upon this world. Its very touch will bring chaos, disease, and pestilence onto this land.
Then we must stop it.
You are ones who have said that you have seen this location where this power has been unleashed.
We did. We fought the beast guarding it. We weren't there to stop the power being unleashed.
It is a shame that you did not stop it before. But maybe you could redeem yourself. Maybe through life, maybe through death. I wish to see that location, and you too shall bring me there.
Gladly, though I should not feel. I feel I have nothing to atone for. I chose the best option I felt at the time, and I got myself and I got my friend out alive. I'll help you, but it's not out of guilt.
Very well, just prepare to perish, because your doom is possibly likely in these endeavors. And if you shall fail to follow my directions, I shall make sure that you are dispatched at my hands.
You can see Emmerson like biting his tongue.
Now, wait downstairs as I pack my items. We should be leaving within the hour.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm gonna go down.
I shall set up outside of the front door and just pop down and sit square in the dead grass.
So did I hear someone talking?
Hello?
Yeah, we
hold
actually
on.
both said a quick thing.
Wait, what?
Oh, there you go. Sorry, I think I hit the volume on my headset. It just everything went super quiet.
Oh, I've done that before.
Yeah, we're both outside waiting, basically.
And after a short while, Alma begins coming outside, wearing a cloak with her robe. I'll fully cover her head as she begins to hide her head, hide her face behind the black cloak. All right, lead the way and move swiftly.
Oh boy, we gotta go. Oh, actually, I suppose we could stop off at the bridge and take the boat back up the river, right? Or is it a one-way type trip?
It'd be very hard. It'd be faster just to walk because it's not too far in.
Yeah.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
we'll follow the road and then swing north into the forest after the bridge.
Yeah, because that creature is what? Somewhere like here? Oh, oops. Here. We all went circle. Here. Ish.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
You just ping too.
I could.
Yeah. All right. So you guys begin making your way there, having to stop, resting near the bridge. So you will get another chance to heal your wounds.
Oh, yeah, gotta roll check.
I'll take first watch.
I will find heal and apparently just not see it. There we go. Because I have what, 1 health?
You're like 1 or 2 health away. You're almost full.
Yeah.
You just go roll your normal health heal.
Oh. Oh, in which case, yeah, so that's still a 1d10, right?
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go. You're back.
World.
You're back up to full.
Okay, I thought we had to do the heal check for that. I forgot that it's every rest.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So you guys have a quiet nights of rest. Picking up back early. Back heading down into the forest towards where the creature and the power was released. As you guys get making your way closer, you begin to notice that the area has changed for the worse since the last time you've been there. There are many dead creatures lining the ground, trees rotting, as large mushrooms and fungus begin to grow rampantly throughout the area.
Oh, cool.
Whatever little small pools of water you come across, or any small streams, are now putrid, with decaying animal corpses and rotting plants around. Eventually you make it towards where the creature was. Its body now fully rotted, with little mushrooms growing all the way through it. The area, even some of the trees have now been replaced by gigantic mushrooms that now tower over you.
I would point out to this researcher that definitely wasn't like that last time we were here.
Okay, good, because if you weren't, I was going to.
Yes, this place is now corrupted. As she begins to kind of peer down to where the creature where the creature died, just walking past toward the mound of bodies and that are almost fully rotted away with skeletons and more mushrooms growing out of it. You see her muttering something in a language you don't quite understand as her eyes begin to glaze over, and she begins to enter in like a trance-like state. After a few short minutes, she pulls back out and says, "The winds here are in great influx. Dwar is flowing the area, overflowing, corrupting everything it touches. It has brought a great evil upon this land. I fear a champion might be among us. But we have our own problems now." As she kind of turns back to you, "For we are not alone." As she turns around, you guys seeing a couple of hooded figures now. Ooh. There's no this one, not.
Oh, cool.
He has a style. Oh my god.
What?
She has a scythe. Look at that. Oh my god.
So a few cloaked figures approach upon you, and a large, hulking, pus-covered, diseased creature is mounting over them. It has one large eye in the center of its head, and a malformed horn sticking out. You see pus and blood and other fluids flowing out various wounds in its maw as it raises its corroded, jagged blade at you as it gives it a big, loud howling to the dark gods. And that's where I think we'll end it for tonight.
Don't forget to add Lefty.
Yeah, I know. I forgot to add his token in.
Oh, good.
Ooh, we're getting cloaks.
Where's that tile set? I know we're ending a little quicker, but it's been a rough day, and I gotta. Well, I guess we all.
Tell me about it.
Oh, it was a day.
I know. I kept getting dragged around every which way there.
Oh,
I spent the last hour doing module training.
That must be
Wait,
nice.
there's new modules?
Yeah, there's also new things in the learning locker or whatever it is. I'm like 3% ahead of you.
You absolute monster. You know what? I want to fight you instead of that creature.
It's okay, that's okay. I'm ahead of Marguerite too.
Oh, tomorrow's Friday.
All day.
You know, wheelbarrows and all that.
We're not first in the district anymore, eh? For those. Yeah. A different store broke 10K before we did, and we're still not over it.
I'm gonna start kicking some people's arses.
Well, I mean, I've done 100% of what I can do, so my hands there are tied. So.
I blame the rest of our department that don't do it.
Like, almost everyone in our department does. Eric's the other guy at 100% up there with me.
Oh, is he? Cool.
Yeah. All right. So, experience points.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah. So,
okay.
Yeah, 125 experience points for both of you.
Nice. Oh god. 5, they'll put me to 90. 20. So that will be 610, so that will be 710. There we go.
And if I'm not mistaken, you both
Oh,
have.
you gave him a hat.
Yeah, he is a super flashy hat.
I'm so glad I gave him that money now. It is well worth it.
Yeah, and if I am not mistaken, you both have an experience points to do your career move.
Oh. Well, we need all the items to do it too first, don't we?
You have all of them.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you remember I said you don't need the horse because I said no.
Okay.
And then you just need a chainmail shirt, which you got.
Okay, yeah. So I went from Keith Van Warrior, and I think was I going Scout or was I going
Scout.
Veteran second?
You said Scout.
All right.
And then Emerson has his prayer book,
Oh.
so he can go become a priest.
Dang.
So, I mean, we have some extra time, so we can kind of go through that. I'll do that off camera, because I want to do a video on that later on, about careers and advancements and all that kind of stuff. So let's do...
Character building.
Yeah, we'll just do an after-action report, and then we'll call it a night.
Ooh.
So, how do you guys think tonight went?
Oh, definitely pretty interesting. Oh yeah, because I was planning on going Ghost Rider.
Yes.
Because the entry is Scout. Okay, yeah. Speaking of which, I did not find the Scout.
We'll look at that in a second, but how do you think tonight went?
I think it went really well. I like the reaction of offing the Goatman.
I honestly, I thought that was gonna go worse, but I mean, managed to talk to him and be like, yeah, you're a holy man. You can't necessarily do that. Wouldn't be right.
But
For you, at least. Yeah, no, I definitely gotta say, I like the introduction of these new people. The mayor is like pretty nice, pretty chill. I like that he's a little devious, and I appreciate that. Hard worker. He knows what he wants.
I don't trust him.
But I definitely gotta say, probably just the player model. I am interested in working for her.
Yeah, we can... I don't know if you watched my video on Warhammer Magic. I used her as the test to kind of do a few things. I don't know if you want to try out your character real quick. We can do a quick duel with off camera with her.
I'd probably get my arse kicked.
She's... I think you guys are technically ahead of her once you go into your second career.
Well, in which case, let's do that before we do test battle.
Alright. So, anything you guys thought was could have been done a little bit better, or any kind of feedback like that?
Trying to find something, anything, but like,
No, tonight went fairly well, I'd say.
Okay.
yeah,
I'd definitely say the more, at least for me personally, I didn't see much.
Alright. Yeah, so, but I'm super excited for next session, you guys, because there's going to be a very huge difference to how your characters are going to play. So I would like to go through your advancements tonight, and then give you guys some chance to play around with it till next week. Especially for Emerson, being able to have some magic is going to go. It'll be very interesting.
yeah. I'm trying to find where I downloaded the rules. I can't. I'm just gonna go back into the thing and find it.
Okay.
That's what I have to keep doing.
All right. So anyone who's watching and made it this far, thanks for watching so much. Please leave a like and hopefully a comment. Let us know how we're doing. Love to hear from you guys. And if you like what we're doing, please leave a subscribe, because there'll be more stuff coming out. Maybe got a few new things in the pipeline later on. So hopefully you guys are able to come out and watch some of that. But until next time, guys, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.